Hello, everyone. Welcome to an on-time Strutting Man show. I'm the Strutting Man currently in my hometown of Jonesboro, Arkansas. I'm Mr. Ozzy Rose. I want to say hey and welcome all the viewers. Say hey and welcome to anybody having the live chat. And say hey and welcome to anybody I have as audio guests. I'm coming to you live, as always, outside at my favorite pharmacy, Parker Road Specialty Pharmacy here on Parker Road here in Jonesboro, Arkansas. I'd like to thank Mr. Mike, the owner, and all the gang here for always letting me hook up to the electric and do my live show out here. I've got to take my eyes off the camera. My glasses lens are smudged bad. I've got to clean them. I had to go ahead and start the show. So let me make sure and see what time it is first. Okay, straight up 9 o'clock. So I know when to end the show for an hour or less to post it over on TikTok. So I'm sorry that I got to take my eye off the camera because I can't see nothing without my glasses on. And I got them smudged really bad. So let me clean them right quick and then I'll be able to see anybody on here in the live chat and see if anybody wants to come on. I'm sure Miss Jamie will be on probably tonight unless something has come up with her. My good friend Scott, I think, has finally made it to Longview, Texas. He went through a lot of storms and rain to get there from Denver. So he snapped a picture. I think he showed me their deck. And I think it's flooding around there, the way it looked in the one picture. So I hope not for my good friend Scott. But he'll be joining us on the show within probably the next couple of nights, I'd be willing to bet. Well, that's better. So better is a plus and it's a bonus. I'll go with that. It ain't perfect, but it'll do. But let me see if there's anybody here. There's not. Okay. That'll give me time to whoop down another taco. I've only got 1.8. I got them, of course, from Jack in the Box over there. So, and boy, they put the sauce on it, but I like it like that. So that's just me. Really good. And I just got to do my second live shortly before the show and get it posted. So, the rain put me off on everything today. I had to wait for it to stop. So, but was it a drought buster? No. But I know every little bit will help, of course. Okay. Whoever give me that thumbs up, thank you. I'll check to see. There's nobody wanting to come on still, so. Oh, that's my friend Ty Bob, Miss Jennifer, my Caraway, Arkansas friends. Let's see if they want to come on now. It says bring them on the camera. We'll see if they want to come on. Others joining me up here. Thanks for joining, checking the show out, everybody. The show's adding for Ty Bob and Jennifer. Well, she goes by Glenn Boone. Hey, guys, how y'all doing? Glenn?
Yes.
Oh, okay. How you doing tonight, you and Jennifer?
We're doing good. How are you?
Oh, I can't complain. I mean, the rain wasn't a drought buster, but I know it probably helped a little bit. How much rain do y'all think y'all got over there at Caraway? Did y'all get very much over there?
We didn't really get very much.
We really didn't hear either. You know, if I was a betting man, I'd say maybe a quarter of an inch.
We can
But I
barely
went
hear
over and got
you.
me some tacos at Jack in the Box. I only got to whoop down one before the show, so. They got their taco specials are really cheap. You get 2 tacos for about $1.49 plus tax.
That's not bad at all.
I didn't know Jack in
No,
the Box had
that's what I was
tacos.
thinking. Now some of their burger combos is higher than Wendy's, and some of them are cheaper than Wendy's. So it depends on what you're looking for in a burger.
I didn't know Jack in the Box had tacos.
Mm-hmm. They got mini tacos and the full size ones. I get the full size ones.
Hmm. I've never
Yeah.
eaten a Jack in the Box.
Now you never ate at one?
Mm-mm. Nope.
Well, have y'all tried Whataburger yet?
We ate at one in Texas, but we haven't tried Jonesboro yet.
Well, see, I tried the Whataburgers in Walton, Oklahoma back in the 90s, and I like Whataburgers.
We liked it too.
Yeah. Yeah. I ate at Jack in the Boxes in Memphis before. But they got what they call their little mini tacos, and they got their full size tacos there. One of these nights, I'm going to try one of their burgers over there. I imagine they're pretty good.
I bet
The
they are
same guy
too.
that owns the Exxon gas station owns the Jack in the Box. So y'all been doing okay over in Caraway?
Yes, we're doing real good. How about you?
I've been still doing the same old, Glenn. Uh, I had to wait today for the rain to quit before I could make a commentary segment or anything, but it finally left. But I'm glad it came what rain it did because the ants have been really bad.
The ants?
Yeah. Yeah, they've been really bad everywhere. So now if we get too much rain, we get what they call sugar ants if we get too much rain. But when it's real dry, we get them itty bitty tiny ants. They don't have many restaurants in Caraway, do they?
Not really. We have a little convenience store, that sells gas, and they make a little daily lunch thing, and they sell like a regular convenience store,
Yeah.
Crispitos and hamburgers, stuff like that.
Yeah. Yeah. Now y'all got a Dollar General there though, right?
Oh yes, we sure do.
Yeah. Yeah. I know y'all did have what they call a general grocery store there, I think, before the tornado hit, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Well, I figured y'all were doing okay. I guess Miss Jennifer's still teaching school over at Lake City, right?
Go ahead.
I am not right now. I'm on medical leave.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah, I'm getting better though.
Well, that's good that you're getting better then.
Yeah.
I still see usually if it's a Monday through Friday thing and I'm out there strutting, I usually do see the Riverside bus at least 3 to 4 times a week, the Monday through Friday. When I'm out there.
Wow.
Yeah. So because I remember you said that's where you taught school at, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I would need to go back to school again since I didn't get to really what you call finish. But I would have to do like Billy Madison. I think I'd have to start out throwing pre-K
Hmm.
Oh
since they
man.
didn't have that when I was going to school. All they had was kindergarten and up.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So I mean, I think pre-K helps with most kids because I think if they'd had pre-K when I was a kid, I don't think I'd have flunked a grade.
Yeah. We had two of our granddaughters yesterday, and one has been in daycare since she was born, and the other one has been not in daycare, and the difference is night and day in them.
Night and day. Yeah. Well, in daycare they get to interact with other kids too. So
Right.
yeah. Yeah, but the old Billy Madison movie, you couldn't do that today. If you're a grown man, you can't start over in school. That's like I learned when he was in Happy Gilmore and him and Bob Barker played partners. Bob Barker done the real fight scene in it because he was a trained martial artist and they was going to do a stunt double and he said no.
I didn't know that.
So yeah, I didn't know it either. I seen it on Facebook here not too long ago. So yeah.
Well,
Now I don't know if Adam Sandler had a stunt double or not, but they wanted to do one for Bob Barker, and he said no. He said I'm good for this. So it was real funny watching Bob Barker beat the shit out of Adam Sandler.
I bet.
Yes, it was.
I thought that was really funny. You know, but yeah, I mean it didn't rain hard here. It just kind of like light rain more than anything.
That's basically what it did here too.
Hmm. Yeah, we're in an exceptional drought, from what I hear.
Yes. Well, I've been needing to burn a few leaves. I probably left over from past fall, and I can't even do that because the burn ban's on.
Right. Yeah. Somebody was on the show last night. And they said somebody over there by Lake City was burning a field.
Oh,
Well, I mean, when I gather, he didn't catch nothing else on fire, but I mean, during a burn ban, if they get called to a fire because of you burning, you can get a hefty fine for that.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yes.
I mean, when I lived in Southwest Oklahoma, they had burn bans almost every day of the year out there, you know, because they don't hardly get no rain there. Uh, they get storms bad, yeah, but they don't hardly get any rain,
Right.
you know. So I know my friend Scott was traveling from Denver to Longview, Texas, which is east of Tyler. And I know he kept running into rain and storms trying to get home, you know. So if he I finally gave him a text this afternoon. I said, "Well, have you made it home yet?" And he goes, "No, not yet." And I said, "Oh,
Golly.
yeah." I said, "Okay." Then finally he sent me a picture, I think, from their deck out front. So he had finally made it, but it looks like it was flooding up to their deck. So, you know, from what I've seen of it. So, I mean, I would have to travel a long way, Glenn and Jennifer, and know I was going to have to go through mostly storms and rain to get to where I was going,
Oh, me too.
you know. So, I mean, fishing, you know, if we got a good enough rain to where water would be rising, fishing would be good once the rain left. But I don't think we got enough to really matter much.
I don't think we did either.
Yeah. So, I mean, most generally, what I usually do, guys, is I got the Kate weather app. So usually, at the 10:30, after news goes off at 10, I'll usually throw it over there and watch the weather over there to see what it's, going to be like. Well, Miss Jennifer, I mean, mind me asking, how long have you been off work, huh?
Since the middle of February.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah.
I bet you're kind of eager to go back to work, ain't you?
Not really.
Not really.
No. I'm not going back.
Oh, you're not? Oh, okay.
Mm-mm.
Well, whatever you plan on doing, I mean, I hope it brings you happiness,
Well, thank you.
you know, so that's what we all strive to do, as you know, especially when you start getting our ages. We kind of like to do things that makes us happy.
Right.
But, you know, I substituted off and on for a month when I lived in Southwest Oklahoma. And believe it or not, the first and second graders were great. It was the fifth and sixth graders that hung me out to dry.
That's all I've ever taught. Fifth
Yeah,
and sixth.
they did. They hung me out to dry. Some of them did. You know, one boy, I had to walk him down the principal's office. You know, it's Indian country out there. Of course, I'm Indian, and uh, I had to do roll call. You know, and when I called his name, and he called me Big Noyes, I said, "That's it. Get your ass up. We're going to the principal's office." I said, "You think I don't know what that means, boy?" I said, "It means big balls." I said, "We'll see how big yours is going to be when the principal gets done with you." So I took him
Yeah.
on down there. I told the principal what he did. He said, "Don't worry, I'll take care of him." I said, "I had a feeling you would."
That's
See,
good.
I mean, I looked really white then, and I guess he just thought I didn't have no Indian in me and didn't know some words,
Right.
you know. So, hey, Taryn White, let's see if Taryn wants to come on. Taryn, she come on last night. Her and her husband did not. Said couldn't add guests. Person was unable to join because of technical issues. I'm sure Jamie will probably be on. She usually comes on. She's from here in Jonesboro unless something has come up or something. You know, as y'all know, ain't nothing guaranteed. Anything can come up, you know.
Right.
So, I mean, that's like me. Yeah, I pretty much do the same old, same old. Now when it's real windy, I'm not going strutting though. I mean, I did take a day off from that because of the winds. Because it totally works against me. I feel at the end of the day when the winds are very strong, like I've been stomped by about three guys, I'm completely drained. You know,
Well,
so I mean, I've even texted Diana Davis once here a while back and told her, said, "Hey, look, you think you might can have Brian do something about these winds? Ozzy don't like it windy." She sent me a text back. She goes, "Well, he's good at doing the weather, but right now he's enjoying the weather, which he was on his vacation down in Florida.
Oh,
I seen where he was on there for 25 years. He was there for a while and he left. He went to Montgomery for a little while. Then they got him to come back. So I guess they mean total time he'd been there 25 years.
golly.
Yeah,
25
he had a big
years.
cake and everything. And so,
Man.
yeah, 25 years. Yeah. I mean, I remember when Terry Wood came to Channel 8. I remember I was a little boy, but I remembered it. He was kind of like fresh out of college.
He was something else.
Terry Wood, oh yeah, he was, wasn't he? I used to like him in some of them commercials he used to do back in the 80s. Some of them were kind of funny, like for Wallace and Owens, where he played a twin brother.
Yeah, yeah, I
Yeah,
remember
I
that.
remember that.
yeah, he was wearing overalls. So yeah, some of them. I think today he's fully retired, even from K-Fine. I think now,
I
because
hadn't
he went
heard from
there.
him in a while.
Well, when he left KIT, that's where he went to was K-Fine. He was a disc jockey there, but I think he's fully retired now. I've seen where Grovenell, I've done forgot her last name now, Grisham, I think. Yeah, where she came to Channel 8, I guess yesterday, and she was pointing to Terry Wood's picture on the K8 Wall of Fame. So I remember when she was there all them years, except for when I was in Oklahoma for the years, and I came back in 2000. I think I've just barely seen her on TV a couple more times then, and then I think she either retired or left one. I mean, I remember back when Channel 8 was just one channel, and at the end of a broadcast day, it was a little broadcast.
Oh, golly.
Hey, Libby McDaniel. Says Libby
Hey,
McDaniel's
babe.
watching.
Tyler's on phone.
But I mean, today Channel 8's got three channels altogether. They got NBC and the CW channel.
Ozzy, I need to get off here. My son's trying to call me.
Okay, I totally get it, my friends. Thank y'all for coming on. I hadn't heard
Thank
from
you
y'all in
for
a little
having
while.
us.
Good
Thank y'all for
night.
Good
being
night.
on. Good night, y'all. God bless.
God bless.
Thank you. It was good to have them on. I hadn't had them on the show in a while. They still usually hit on my things that I put out, videos and stuff, but it was good to have Glenn and Miss Jennifer back on. And she's been on medical leave since February, so I hope and pray she gets fully recovered and whatever her endeavors are. I wish her nothing but success, of course, because she says she's not going to go back to teaching at Lake City. But it was good for them to come on. Okay, Taryn, I hit on for you, and it said you couldn't come on. Same for Libby McDaniel. It said y'all both couldn't come on because of technical issues. So I do got to keep it on time, and I might as well hit on the friends not watching list. Okay, it's 9:18. Because I do it 59 minutes or later to post the show highlights over on TikTok. That's their requirement. So this is the first time I'm going down the friends not watching list tonight. But hey, I highly recommend the tacos, especially over at Jack in the Box. That's all I've ate there every night that I went there. Their tacos are just so good. And boy, for the price, you can't beat it. So I do highly recommend the tacos at Jack in the Box, that's for sure. I am going to venture down and hit the Whataburger one of these days here because I do like Whataburger burgers. But now they got burgers over there too at Jack in the Box. I'm going to try one of theirs one night too and see what those are like. But I'm still going down the friends not watching list, everyone. I'm fixing to let it drop though here in a minute because I've hit on quite a few so far. And I know it's Saturday night. I know a lot of people have better things to do, and I would tell them, if you got better things to do, then you go do it. But if you don't have anything better to do, come on the show. If you don't want to come on as an audio guest, come in the live chat or just check the show out. I know it's not for everybody. You're talking to a guy that was anti-social media about a year and a half ago, and I was anti-social media. But when my first video took off, then I kind of came out of that, but I know still it's not for everybody, and I get it. But I guess it's time for me to light up one of these smokes, and then I'm going to hit on another one of them tacos from Jack in the Box. Like I need another taco, and like I need another one of these. Like I need a hole in the head. Which, if I had a hole in the head, I'd probably get a little smarter. There's always hope. But in my second live for today, actually it was that night tonight, but I was telling all my homies, please come over on the show tonight. I started doing coming on 2 lives a day about 4 or 5 days back. I'm going to keep doing that. That way all my followers and stuff will know what I'm doing, what I'm up to and stuff like that, and where I'm at. So, it's a couple of more things added on to my already full plate that I still love doing. I love staying extremely busy, as y'all know. That's what works for me. I know it don't probably work for everybody. Everybody needs a day or 2 off. I would say that for everybody else. I don't, but I would say that for everybody else. Everybody's human, and they got to rest their bodies. So I get that for everybody else. He doesn't want me to take a full day off from everything, and that's why. I talk to him all the time and tell him our work is never done, and that's what I tell him. And I always feel from him, that's right, my son. So he doesn't talk to me like I'm talking to y'all, but he works through me like he works through all of you, and he does. So, I just know when he gives me a vision. Now, sometimes you got to watch out from them visions. Sometimes you can think it's from the Lord, and it can be from old Beelzebub down below. So, and it could be. I've had that happen to me a couple of times, too. So, but you'll know if it's from the Lord. If it pans out, then it's from the Lord, If it don't pan out, that might be telling you it might have come down from the man below down there, So, I'll see again if I can bring Taryn on. Okay, she must have got out of the chat because, or not watching the show because I hit on that and it don't show adding. I'll see again for Libby McDaniel, see if she's still, no, it said closed. I couldn't because of technical issues. I understand Glenn and Miss Jennifer had to get off. But I hope Miss Jennifer gets fully back to normal. I hope she's fully back to health, whatever it is the health crisis was. And like I said, I wished her nothing but success in her future endeavors, so. I wouldn't have made it as a school teacher. Even if I'd have went to college, I wouldn't have made it as a school teacher. I didn't have the nerves for it, But I found out one thing about being a school teacher. They don't teach you in college how to teach a class. You got to know how to do that yourself. And if you don't know how to do that yourself, you won't make it as a school teacher. And that's just how it is. They teach you how to, grade and all that good stuff, but they don't teach you how to teach a class at college. But I would tell anybody, if you get a good teacher, you better hang on to that teacher for as long as you can. I had some good teachers. There was no doubt when I went to school trimming. I did. But that was a very long time ago. So, but I see my friend Megan Orr trimming. She's been having a show that I've seen about every day for the last 4 days. The only thing is I haven't had time to actually go on it. But more power to Megan Orr. And I'm glad she got her own show. I know she keeps it real there. And I would like to tell everyone, please check out my friends over on TikTok. Like Black Diamond Dragon 27, my friend in Washington State, she has a show most generally Monday through Friday. At 3:30 p.m. Central Standard Time, 2:30 p.m. Mountain Time, 1:30 p.m. West Coast Time, and 4:30 p.m. Eastern Time, Monday through Friday. Most generally, if she's not having help with a sick family member or she's sick. Also, my friend over on TikTok, Mr. JD, my homeboy down in Searcy of JD TV. He has a morning show on TikTok every morning at 7 a.m. and an evening show every night at 7 p.m. on Central Standard Time on TikTok. He keeps it real. He's a barrel of monkeys. You'll laugh with JD, that's for sure. And he's a basketball buff. He's my homeboy down in Searcy. Also, my homegirl here in Jonesboro, Toxia Cruz, she keeps it real. She usually has a show on, she said, every night, but she don't have a set time she comes on, and she don't have a set time how long she stays on. She's a real pretty girl. She keeps it real there, too. Check out my good friend, Mr. Don Real, on his YouTube channel, The Bald Guy 55. He's been doing a lot of good interviews. Good, kudos to you, Don. I've checked some of them out. Some of them I really like, that's for sure. So check everybody out that I said. Check out my YouTube channel account that I've got. It's at Ozzy Rose Z7N on YouTube. I've got it fully updated. I keep it fully updated every day. So, check that out. I think you'll like it. So anyways, I'm going to light this smoke up that went out. And to me now, it don't feel as cold out here as what it did earlier. The wind was blowing a lot more earlier. So it don't feel quite as bad to me. I went and got my coat out of the tent, but it don't feel quite as cold as it did after the rain left. The cold front came through and the temperatures dropped, but that wind was still blowing some. So to me, it doesn't feel as bad. I'll get on the K8 weather app after I post these show highlights tonight, like I usually do every night, and at least watch the weather. I try to watch at least the weather, the sports. I try to catch a little bit of news if it's not real depressing. I would say of late on KLT it's not been. I've seen most of the newscast on there, and it's not. It might be one or two things, but the other things are not. So, kudos to KLT, because I know they know what people think about news in general anymore. It's real depressing. All you hear about is murders, rapes, you name it. Of course, I know they're going to have to tell about, the Iran thing and all that. They have to. That's their job too. But can't worry about what's going on with government. We can't control what government does. We can't control what presidents do. And we can't. What will be, will be. Just leave it up to the Lord, and that's what I do. That's what gets me through, and that's what gets me by. I really don't think, to be honest with you, I don't think this is going to last all that much longer with Iran. It could, and I could be wrong, and if I'm wrong, I will admit it and say I'm sorry, but I really don't think it's going to continue all that much longer there. Then I think once it's done, the gas prices will drop. But until then, I know it's around $4 a gallon here in Jonesboro, right over here at the convenience store on Exxon here. It's $3.99. You might as well say when it's $3.99 9/10, it's $4 a gallon. So I get it. And when gas is high, prices of everything go up. Food, clothing, you name it. It all goes up. Taxes in general. We already had high inflation anyways, and that wasn't so much on President Trump. That was on Biden. But them tariffs are going to make the consumer pay more here too. Now, I will tell you this. If he gets what he wants, President Trump, then he will relax them tariffs. If he doesn't, he won't relax them. So we all will be paying more as a consumer in this country because of the tariffs. Of course, that's high gas too, in an already high inflation country. So, just try to hang on, everybody. That's all we can do. I mean, I don't have to worry about gas for a car, right? Well, I still have to buy groceries, and that affects me because groceries are going to be higher. So that's what I'm saying. So it still affects me too, as it does all of you out there, And I sympathize with all of you out there. I know a lot of you already had it a lot harder, as it was without all this going on. I get that. Y'all know me. I sleep in a tent at night. So I truly know how it is, So all I would just say is try to hang on. It won't be this way forever. That's for sure. Okay, I'm going to hit on the friends not watching, listening in, because it's getting close to 9:30. And at 9:55, no later 9:55, I will have to end the show to make sure I have it in time to get it over for TikTok. Their requirement is 60 minutes or less. I try to go 59 minutes or less just to make sure. For my friends and followers and fans over on TikTok, like Scott, my good friend moderator is on the TikTok live show, and I got good news. He's going to be on here. We got to give him a little time to rest from the drive. He should be on here within the next 2 to 3 nights tops, probably the next 2 nights. I'm going to give him a text again after the show, after I post the show highlights, and then see when he's going to definitely get that phone to come over here on Facebook Live. Y'all will really like Scott. He's a good old boy. So I hated that trip for him and the whole crew because I knew they was going to run into all this rain and storms and everything. So But he has finally made it home. That I do know. And I know he's glad to finally be back home. For 2 weeks of R&R before he goes to his next job in Branson, Missouri, where he'll be there 3 months like he is at every place he goes to in the U.S. Okay, I've hit on quite a few more there. I'm going to hit on these three and drop the screen. Yeah, straight up 9:30 now. Hey, Trey Goolsby, buddy. Good to see you in there, buddy. We'll see if, well, I can't. He goes, have you tried Jack in the Box? That's what I've got right beside me is some tacos I was eating on. Yeah, I've ate there the last 4 nights. I've gotten food from there. Really, they're tacos only. I really love their tacos there. That's just me, Trey. So I do highly recommend, and it's cheap. You get 2 tacos for $1.48 plus tax. And I ordered 4 orders of them tonight. And it didn't even cost me but $6 for 8 tacos. So I've been stuck on their tacos is what I've been stuck on because that's cheap for me to eat. A lot better any day than blowing my money over at Wendy's where it costed me out the ass to eat. You know, so now don't get me wrong, over at Jack in the Box, some of their combo burgers are higher than Wendy's, but some of them are cheaper than Wendy's. So it depends on what you look for. He goes, what about Whataburger? Well, I've ate at Whataburgers before, but I hadn't ate at this one yet, Trey. I'm going to, though. Going to. That I am. Oh, it's been some years since I ate at a Whataburger. A lot of years, matter of fact. They had 3 locations in Lawton, Oklahoma back in the 90s. My wife, if we went to get a burger, we had to only go to Whataburger, you know. So I would tell everybody, now, it wasn't as bad in the lobby tonight at Jack in the Box. I only waited about 15 full minutes probably on my order tonight. But last night, night before that, it was packed in that lobby. But the drive-thru wasn't as bad tonight either. So maybe the little bit of the new is wearing off, but I have a feeling it was because of the rain and stuff that kept people out. Because, you know, this is a Saturday. You know, most people on the weekends come to Jonesboro. It's the big town in northeast Arkansas and southeast Missouri to shop, eat, stuff like that. I get it. But you know, maybe some of the new is wearing off. Now, they will be 24 hours at Jack in the Box sometime in May. That I do know. They're already 24 hours at Whataburger on Southwest Drive. But I'm going to go down to Whataburger and get one of their thick monster burgers one of these nights. You know, so, but I'll be glad when Jack in the Box is open 24 hours. That way, if I don't want to go to my tent to text my commenters and fans, I can go over and drink coffee all night and do it in over there. So I'll be glad when they do open up 24 hours. Whataburger's not all that far from me. It's just a little ways down Southwest Drive, but Jack in the Box is closer, so. But Trey, I would tell you and your young friends, try Jack in the Box. I think you'll like some of their products there. Now, I don't like their large coffee from there. This is their large coffee. So I don't like that, you know. I asked the lady when I went there earlier today, I said, that's the large? And she said, yeah. I thought, I'd hate to have to see what the small is. So, okay, wait a minute. I'm going to hit on the other. Okay. And go back on the Friends Not Watching list. I don't know why Miss Jamie, something must have come up for Miss Jamie not to be on the show tonight because she's on the show usually every night. But it could have been something come up with her daughter or her husband, you know. They might have got sick or something, y'all. So, if she don't come on the show by the time I end it, after I post the show highlights, I'll give her a text and see if she's okay. Her and her daughter and her husband. So, Taryn, I was hoping you and your husband come on tonight. I know you're not listening to the show now. You got off the show out of the live chat, but because y'all was on last night. I think her husband is, it's either Timothy or Daniel. I get those two mixed up on which one's her husband. It's either Timothy or Daniel. It's one of the two, so don't get me to lying, folks. I know it's one of the two. Okay, I'm going to hit on a few more here, and I'm going to drop it, finish a cigarette, eat another taco. Okay. A few more here, and that's it. Okay, let's drop now. Timothy. Hey, Timothy Craig McCabe. I was just talking about y'all. Let's see if y'all are in the. Yeah, you are. You're in the invite. I was just talking about. I had the friends not watching list up, Timothy. So Daniel is Taryn's husband now. Okay, all right, there you are, Timothy. Hey, buddy, how's it going?
That's going good. How about you?
Pretty good, pretty good. I was just talking about you and Miss Jamie. I had the friends not watching list up, so I didn't see you in the live chat till I dropped the screen.
Well,
So.
she don't really feel up to talking much right now.
Okay, I said something must have come up for Miss Jamie not to be on tonight. I said it could have been her husband or her daughter might be sick or something.
Well, actually, she's got like a jaw thing she's got going on.
She don't have TMJ, does she?
I don't know. It just
Okay.
one one side of her jaw is like swelled up. She
Hmm.
just don't feel like talking right.
Well, TMJ is a jaw thing, and you usually have to go to, I forget what kind of doctor you go to, but you'll have bad pain with that at periods in your life. I mean, it won't
Yeah,
be every, I mean, when it flares up, you'll have it every day for some days until it goes away. But it's not a fun thing to have. It's something that you'll never get rid of either.
yeah. It started yesterday with her. She said it was something to do with her tooth, and she bought
Well,
some more.
if it's a tooth problem, it could be an abscess or something or infection in the gum.
Yeah,
Uh, I know used to when I had teeth, and if I had a tooth that was infected, oh man, I had to go to a doctor and get antibiotics for it
hmm,
because sometimes my jaw swelled out, you know. But I hope she gets to feeling better. Nobody wants to have jaw, gum, and tooth pain. That's for sure.
yeah. She went yesterday and bought what two little bottles of Orajel.
Or a gel.
Yeah, and I think she used every bit of it on her tooth.
Yeah. I mean,
She's
that's supposed to have numbing stuff in it, but you always have to keep reusing it and reusing it, you know. And say if it's a tooth that needs to come out, they won't take it out till the infection's gone.
yeah.
So that's the thing. So she'll probably have to go get put on antibiotics. Is she going to go to the doctor?
I don't know.
You don't know. Did you work today, Timothy?
No, it was off today because it too
Off
much.
today?
Yeah,
Well, you know, I mean, the rain put me off on everything today. I had to keep waiting for the rain to leave before I could do a commentary segment, go live for the first time, and all that.
yeah, yeah.
We didn't really get much rain.
I drove all the way there, and it wasn't nobody in the parking lot.
You talking about your
Right?
job?
Yeah. So I called a buddy of mine and said, "Hey, we not working today?" He said,
Mm-hmm.
"No, we had too much rain coming." So he said yesterday, no work today, and
No work
I didn't know nothing about it. So I drove all the way to Wiener.
all the way to win. It's like a dry run. Yeah. I mean, now last night I heard it when it first come in. I just checked radar last night on the Channel 8 weather app, and all of a sudden it started coming down. It was coming down harder last night than it did during the day today.
Yeah,
Uh,
it always happens at night when you can't see it.
yeah, yeah. So and my friend Scott, I give him a text probably about 1:32 this afternoon. I said, "Well, you made it to Longview yet?" He goes, "Not yet." And he showed a picture from his dash. He was still on the road, and I said, "Okay." And then next thing I know, he about a couple hours later, he sent me a picture of their deck outside, and it looked like Floodwaters was all the way up to the deck, from what I could see of it.
Mm,
So I know they encountered him and that whole crew encountered a lot of rain and storms on
yeah.
the way to Longview, Texas.
Oh, I'm
So,
sure.
a matter of fact, we was talking in text last night, and I said, "Well, have you been through any tornadoes on the way?" He goes, "I haven't seen any," but he said they've had to stop at times because of the storms were so bad.
Yeah.
So and then I think they had severe weather in Texas and some of Oklahoma last
Hmm.
night.
Yeah, sometimes that rain can come down so heavy and so hard you can't see nothing in front of you.
That's what happened to me when I went on my vacation up to New England. When I left from Paragould and I got up to southern Indiana, the rain was coming down so hard I was trying my damnedest to look for a place to pull over and go into like a convenience store. I drove for 10 miles and that rain was coming down so hard. I finally found a place. Me and a friend got out. We booked inside that convenience store, but we still got soaked. I mean,
Yeah, yeah,
and it was at night. So that's when your vision is really impaired, is when that torrential rain is coming down and it's nighttime.
yeah.
So yeah, it can be hell on wheels. So I know
No,
it took Scott and his wife and crew a lot longer to get to Texas because of all that.
yep. Yeah,
You know,
you
so
gotta slow way down because you can only see a couple of feet in front of you.
yeah, unless you want a hydroplane.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, I know where the bypass is around Monette. You go around that one curve when it's just damp. And I don't care if you got brand new tires, you'll hydroplane. That's what I
Hmm.
don't like about that bypass over there by Monette. There's a curve around there. If it's
Yeah,
just got moisture on it, I know I like to hydroplane. There wasn't no water covering the road. It was just damp,
yeah,
you know. So, yeah. Now, my late brother-in-law, when he was alive before I ever met them, he hydroplaned on a turnpike. He had a small car one time, but he didn't wreck or hit anybody or anything, but he liked to have. So
yeah. It's very
hydroplaning,
easy.
yeah, hydroplaning can be a very serious thing,
Yep.
you know. So, but yeah, so you was supposed to work today, though, right?
Yeah, I was supposed to, but they had too much rain come in, so I just came back home.
Well, so I don't guess you got paid for today, then, right?
Oh, no.
Yeah, yeah. But I mean, is it Jamie's left jaw or right jaw?
Oh, I think it's her on the right side.
Right side. Yeah. I mean, I had a wisdom tooth. My last wisdom tooth that I had, it was stuck out of the gum for years and years. It never gave me a bit of trouble. Then one day it got infected, and
Mm.
so I had to go to the doctor, and I took some antibiotics, and I went to a dentist, and he goes, "Well, if I can't get a hold of it to jerk it out," he said, "I'm going to have to send you to an oral surgeon where they'll have to operate to take that out." I said, "Oh, don't say that." He said,
Uh-huh.
"Yeah, he tried on one side and couldn't get a hold of it. Then he tried on that other side, and buddy, he jerked that thing right on out." Then I thought, man, I'm glad of that, because I was going to have to go to Cersei to an oral surgeon from Paragould
Yeah.
if he couldn't have pulled that out. I couldn't have
Hmm.
seen one here in Jonesboro. And I thought that would have been crummy to go all the way to Cersei just to get it orally taken out. And the first visit would be a consultation.
Yeah.
So I'm glad that that dentist was able to get a hold of it on the other side. And when he got a hold of it, by the time I thought he was pulling on it, it was already out. I mean,
Uh,
I had my other three pulled out all in one setting in Oklahoma. And the third one that dentist pulled out, he was like a 250-pound man. And he was jerking and going, and my jaw was going with him. I thought he was fixing to break my jaw on that third one. And finally, he got it to split off, and he got it out. And he goes, "Well, you want me to go ahead and take the fourth one out?" I said, "No." I said, "You like to broke my jaw on that third one. I think I'll wait." So yeah, and I waited another 20, 25 years before I had that other one taken out.
hmm.
So now I knew a woman, she ain't alive anymore, Timothy, over at Paragould. She told me, and she was older than I was, but she told me that when she was born with no wisdom teeth. I said, "Well, you were blessed."
Yeah.
So, but me, I had all mine. And like I said, that one was stuck out of the gum a little ways for years and years, never give me a bit of trouble. And all
Yeah.
of a sudden one day it did.
That's it. You never know.
Yeah. I mean, that's the thing I hate about wisdom teeth, is that eventually they have to come out.
Yeah.
You know.
You know
So
that's how you lose your wisdom too.
what's that?
That's how you lose your wisdom.
Yeah. I wish I'd been blessed and born without mine.
Yeah, they pull your wisdom tooth. You don't have no wisdom no more.
That's right. That's the best way to put it. You ain't got no wisdom anymore. Yep. My mother now, I never ever asked her about hers, if she ever, because I don't ever recall her ever getting them taken out. And
Hmm.
she lived to be I think 67, I think she was when she died. And I never ever thought about it, even asking her. But I know one thing she didn't have, unlike me, she didn't have cataracts either.
Mm-hmm.
But I've had them for a long time. So, but I never, I wished I'd have asked her now because I know during my whole lifespan of being 5 and up, anyways, she never had any wisdom teeth taken out. She had most of her teeth except for a partial plate,
Yeah.
you know. So, uh, if you are lucky and you have your wisdom teeth and you never have to have them taken out, I guess you don't lose your wisdom,
Mm.
you know.
Yeah, a couple. What was it? Jet last year or year before? I had the same thing done to me, and I had an ingrown hair going in, and I noticed that I couldn't hardly eat anything or nothing. I could drink something, but I couldn't open my mouth wide enough to eat anything. And uh, I went to work, and they told me you got an ingrown hair. So they give me some antibiotic, and I didn't even know it was bleeding. I didn't even know about it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I had blood on my shirt, and I didn't even know nothing about it. They say you're bleeding. Where you? And I got to looking, sure enough, and it's right under here.
Where was it at on
Well,
your body?
I was working at Greenbrier back then
Greenbrier and Paragould?
in Paragould. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I went up there, and I had blood on my shirt. So they put some kind of some tape over it, but I had to shave this off before they could do anything. So they put me on some antibiotics and stuff. I had pus running out stuff, and
Right.
it was a mess.
Well, I've gotten ingrown hairs before, not many times. Uh, but it would fester up like a pimple, you know.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah.
and I would go ahead and pop it. That's what I did. Most of the time, I've only had like 3, I think. I had one on my knee one time. I popped it. You know, I know they're like paper cuts. Most people don't like an ingrown hair.
No, that was my first one.
Well, like I said, I've only had 3, but I had one on my neck one time too. Uh, but what's bad is when they hadn't festered up to a pimple head, you know.
Hmm.
Like I never had pimples in life. My younger brother, he had a bad pimple problem when
Yeah.
he was a teenager.
Hmm.
But I never ever got a pimple as far as a pimple goes really in my life. But he did. My mom had to take him to dermatologists and stuff, you know.
Hmm.
So, and we had different dads. And my mom said his dad, you know, had a bad acne problem, you
Yeah,
know.
yeah. Some
Some
people
people
do.
do, you know. Some
Some
people,
do. Yeah.
yeah. Well, I was going to ask you, your daughter that's going to graduate, did she ever have much of a pimple problem? Hey, Jason
No,
Ross. No,
she just mostly just acne and stuff like that.
acne.
Yeah.
Well, you know, people that had a bad acne problem, you could usually tell on their face they'd have scars bad in their face, you know,
Mm.
uh, where they had them really, really bad, you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
My brother was lucky. He didn't really have the scars like you see a lot of men do, you know.
Hmm.
Uh, but he didn't. That's where he was blessed out on that part, you know.
Yeah.
Hey, Jason Ross Sloan, my goodwill buddy, how you doing tonight? I hope everything's going good for you. My good friend James Cook. Now, I don't know if you know him or not, Timothy. Now he works at Greenbrier over in Paragould, but now he's also him and another friend of mine, uh, Chad Hale, are doing some kind of construction business on the side too.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yep.
So
Well, the way gas is going up, you got to have some extra money.
yeah, yeah. You know, so yeah, I tell you what, you're right. Right over here at this Exxon gas station, it's $3.99 and 9 tenths. So you might as well say it's $4 a gallon
Yeah. That,
That's for regular.
you know where
So,
hijinks is?
yeah,
There's a uh, what is it? What's that gas station called? Pit stop. Where it's two
yeah,
ninety
pit
nine.
stop,
Where it's 2.99.
$2.99,
Yeah.
$2.99 for regular.
Yeah. 2.99 cash. But
Wow, that's great.
if you use a card, it might cost you a little extra. But you know, it's still the cheapest one in town. I found.
Well, yeah, I don't know what the gas is at Walmart on Highland, but usually Kroger and the Walmart on Highland is usually your cheapest places, but
Yeah.
yeah. If it's you said it was $2.99 for regular?
$2.99 for regular, yeah.
$2.99?
Yeah, if you shop at Kroger a lot and you don't use your fuel points, they add up and you might get $1 off.
Yeah. Yeah.
So we got the
I know
Kroger.
one time when I was living in Truman and I had a car, I wanted to see what the gas prices was at the Kroger, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I called Kroger to see what it was, and the man would not give me the gas prices. I said, "Why is that, man? I live in Truman, man." He said, "Because you could be my competition here in town." I said, "Not if I live in Truman." He wouldn't give it to me, you know.
Huh.
I said, "Well, they'll give me the price of it at Walmart on Highland," you
Yep.
know.
And also, if you download Murphy USA and you go on the app, it'll also tell you how much the gas is there.
Yeah. Yeah, well, I'll tell you, my friend Major told me he goes on Gas Buddy. I think it's called gasbuddy.com, I think,
Mm-hmm.
is what he usually to check out the cheapest gas prices here in town,
Yeah.
you know. So, but now some places don't list on there either. I know that. More than not, they do, but there's probably some that don't.
Mm-hmm.
But I would tell anybody you might want to go to where my good friend Timothy said to go for a $2.99
Yeah.
gallon for regular.
Two ninety
The
nine.
pit
That's
stop
it.
over by Hijinks.
Yeah. When you go to restaurants, which ones do you go?
Well, right now I'm really liking the Jack in the Box, their tacos, but I mean, well, there's an authentic Mexican restaurant on G Street, and I can't remember the name of it. It's in the old Dairy Queen building. It's really good there. If you like
Mm-hmm.
authentic Mexican food,
Oh yeah.
I highly recommend it, and it's not real expensive either. You know, so I've only got to eat there one time, but I do want to go back there. I hear Chef's Buffet over there beside Main Street right by the bridge. It's really good, but they're not open on Fridays. So I went on a Friday one time. They said they're closed on Fridays, so I'd like to try it there. Everybody around tells me it's really good.
Mm-hmm. You ought
Uh,
to, you ought to try G Street Kitchen.
well, I've been hearing good things about G Street Kitchen. I'd
Oh
like
yeah.
to go try it there.
Yeah, they're really reasonable on their prices, and they got country good cooking.
Well, that's what everybody kind of tells me, and that's what I hear good about Chef's Buffet too.
Yeah.
So I would like to try Chef's Buffet
Yeah.
too.
Chef's
You know.
Inn.
Now
Chef's
I
Inn.
will say that the Pizza Inn on Southwest Drive used to be good because I've ate there a couple of 2 or 3 times. But somebody posted a while back on Facebook the pizza, and they were complaining about it. So it could be under new management. But I know I ate there a couple of times a year and a half ago, and it was really good. I went during the lunch buffet.
Mm-hmm.
We went to
You
Caraway.
know, so
Yeah, we go to the one on Caraway, the Pizza Inn on
Caraway.
Caraway. Yeah.
Well, I used to like to go to Burger King on Caraway. Their food products is pretty good there. And then I was trying to think of that pizza place on South Caraway, Little Caesars. It used to be really good. I used to go there and get pizza there.
Yeah.
You know.
But do you like the not the Caraway Wendy's, but other Wendy's, KFC,
Well,
Marco's
I haven't
Pizza?
got to try KFC since I've been in Jonesboro. I do like the Crystals. It's good.
Yeah.
Uh, I've not got to try the other Wendy's. The one here on Southwest Drive, of course, I don't go to anymore. But
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind trying some of the other Wendy's locations to see how they are. You know,
Well, you ought to try downloading Upside.
Upside
Upside for food and gas.
Food
And
and Gas.
yeah, yeah. When you go to like Marco's Pizza, Wendy's, KFC,
Oh, I
and
highly recommend the Marco's Pizza over here on Southwest Drive.
oh yeah,
I've ate there quite a few times.
yeah.
Yeah.
And you download the Upside, and you scan your receipt. You get cash back for that.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah, you do. Because I've got the Upside on my phone, and I've already got $2.16 on there.
Well, Timothy, I hate to tell you this, buddy, but I got less than a minute before I have to get off here. But tell Miss Jamie I'll pray for her tonight and hope and pray that her tooth, gum, and jaw gets better. because nobody wants to be in that kind of pain with that kind of stuff going on.
Especially her. No, she
And the
kind
show will be on at 9 p.m. from here on out. I told in my second video I'd be 9 p.m. tonight. That's what's going to have to work because uploading on this part of town is still bad.
yeah.
So yeah, tell her I'll pray for her, and maybe she'll get better. But if she don't, just have her go to the doctor and get some antibiotics.
Yeah, I looked it up on my phone, and it said a few days to a week or something like that for the swelling to go down. It may
Yeah,
take 2 weeks. I don't know.
it could. You never know. I hope not. You
Well,
know.
she's using ice packs right now, because it said an ice pack can help ease the pain and take care of some of the swelling too.
Yeah. I hope so. I'll pray for her tonight, Timothy. And it's time for me to get off, my friend. Tell her I said hey. Tell the daughter I said hey. And thank you
All
so
right,
much, Timothy, for coming on, buddy. I hope you'll come on tomorrow night.
all right. If I can remember it.
Okay. Well, it'll be on at 9 o'clock. So if you think of it, you or Miss Jamie, then if she's not able to get on, then maybe you can get on.
All righty.
All right. Thanks so much, buddy.
Oh, yes, sir.
All right. Y'all have a good night. I'll pray for y'all.
You too. Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much, Timothy. That's going to be about a wrap for tonight's show, everybody. I want to thank Mr. Timothy McCabe for coming on tonight. I'll pray for Miss Jamie tonight when I go to bed. I want to thank Jason Ross Sloan, everybody that was in the live chat tonight, of course, all you viewers out there. And please join me tomorrow night at 9 p.m. Central Standard Time for another Strutting Man show. I'm the Strutting Man currently in my hometown of Jonesboro, Arkansas. I'm Mr. Ozzy Neil Rose saying, good night, everybody. God bless you all. We'll see you back here tomorrow. So long, everybody.